Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. I'm a little late getting this up this week, but these are my garage sale finds from this past weekend. It's not too much. I went out Friday and Saturday. Friday was probably the worst day I've ever had in 5 years. I think I spent $1, and I'm not even gonna sell those things on eBay. I bought two kids books that I'm going to sell at the kids consignment sale in a couple weeks. But I'll just start showing you the things that I bought on Saturday. There were a lot of sales, just not a lot of good stuff. Although I did get one home run and one really unexpected, unusual find, which I'll tell you about in a few minutes. I got this guy for $1. This is Figment. He's a character in one of the rides at Epcot. This is an older one, so I'm hoping to get at least 10 out of him. And got another, stuffed animal. I got another Eeyore. This is a pretty big one. He's like 15 inches tall, something like that. Looks brand new, just doesn't have the actual tags on him, from Walt Disney World. The reason that I bought him was because he was only a quarter, and I'm hoping to get 10 to 15 out of that. Got this little Yankee Stadium inaugural season double-sided coin from 2009 for $1. I can probably make about 10 on that. Then went to an estate sale, found a few things. I got this Lenox trinket box from the year 2000. It's supposed to be an ornament that hangs on the tree, but the box won't stay shut. I think I paid $1 for it. But I figured there's a lot of people that collect these little trinket boxes, so it'll probably sell before Christmas, hoping that it will, for maybe 10 to 15. At that same sale, I got this really cool New York Giants helmet-shaped coffee mug, which I haven't had the heart to put up on eBay yet. I think I paid about $1 for that also. Thinking about keeping it, but I probably won't. I'll probably end up selling it. It's from 1986. It's hard to see down there. But there aren't too many on eBay, so that should sell pretty well. And at that same estate sale, I also got this. Not my taste at all, but it is Wedgwood. It's Wedgwood embossed Queensware. This is a little, like, small pitcher or creamer or whatever you want to call it. And right now I put it up at auction, I think, for $30, just to see if I get any interest in it. So we'll see. I think I got that for $2.50. Everything when I went on Saturday was already half price. At another sale, I got another Royal Worcester egg coddler with birds on it. Not in the greatest shape. The top's a little banged up. So I paid $2. It's not really worth too much, so I think I'm going to wait and see if I have... I know I have one other Royal Worcester egg coddler. So I might see if I can find any more before the season ends and then bundle them together. And I paid $1.50 for this little guy. He's adorable. This is a little lead crystal figurine of a baby seal, and it's very hard to see right here. But it says Mats, M-A-T-S, Jonassen, and it's made in Sweden. I've sold a couple of his pieces before, but they were bigger. But I'm hoping to still get at least 10 out of that. I mean, how could you not love that little face? Oh, I did sell these. I sold these brass horsehead drawer pulls that I showed you guys last week. Sold them for $25 with free shipping, so I can put these in a flat rate padded envelope. And so I paid 10, made 20. It's actually better than I thought I would do on those. I got some ugly Christmas sweaters because it's getting to be that time of season. These were, I think, $1.50 a piece, something like that. This is actually the nicest of all the ugly Christmas sweaters. And by nicest, I mean like least offensive. This one's got these patchwork hearts and what is that? Poinsettia. It has a pocket on the bottom. This tree. Oh, that was the first one. And the rest of them are all from the same manufacturer. They're Tiara? Yeah. Tiara International. There is a lot going on with some of these. This one has big kind of ugly looking Santa on the bottom, snowflakes, more poinsettias, and Christmas tree. Then they all have shoulder pads, because who can't wear, you know, a cardigan without shoulder pads? And then this one's got some metallic stuff going on. All this metallic thread in the presents. And this big sleigh. And this topiary thing over here. And I guess that's a horn. And they're heavy too. It was funny, I was showing my husband and he was joking around that him and I and both the kids should wear these when we go and visit some of our friends over Christmas. So he actually put one on and he was modeling it in the kitchen. I have pictures of it on my phone, and I wish I had my phone next to me. I would show you guys, but it was so funny. And then the last one is the most hideous of them all. There's just so much going on here. Just like patchwork and a multitude of colors. This is kind of a Bill Cosby-ish sweater with this like, three-dimensional poinsettia and wreaths everywhere and topiaries and hearts and baskets, and I guess that's supposed to be a present. Trees. Ugh. And it's even got stuff all over the back. It's just awful. So I'm going to start all these at 20 and leave them in the store for a while and see what happens. And my two best deals of the week were this. I got this needlework kit. This is a felt applique ornament set. It's called Santa's Lodge. They made a whole set of this stuff. They made ornaments and tree skirts and stockings and whatever. I paid 25 cents for this. And it turns out there's two of these kits on eBay. One they want 64 and one they want 65. So apparently this Santa's Lodge line is pretty rare. So I put mine up at auction starting at 40 just to see if I get any watchers or anything. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think I'm going to get 50 or 65 out of it, but I'll still make a lot more than the 25 cents I paid. And then I finally found something decent at an estate sale that did not cost me $1 million. This was my home run of the week. I got this remote control. This is a, let's see it here, whoops, a Logitech Harmony 670 Advanced Universal Remote. And I saw it sitting on a table. This was the second day of the sale. It had a $10 sticker on it. I grabbed it, I researched it on my phone, and that was the only thing that I bought. Used, the only ones that I could find right then and there were used. They were going for around 50. But then when I got home, I found some of the new ones were going anywhere from think it was around 115 to 150. If you go on Amazon, they want 190 for one of these. So I put it up yesterday for a buy it now of 150 with free shipping, and it sold sometime last night. So that was a really nice surprise this morning. I was really happy about that. So keep your eye out for these remotes, even if they are used. There's a ton of different models of these, but I think most of them sell pretty well. All right, and the last thing that I bought, it's pretty unusual. I know that some sewing patterns can do really well. So I went to this one sale and I was looking and I was looking and I was looking and couldn't really find anything. And then I finally saw these in a basket. These are all authentic colonial clothing sewing patterns. This is the Caped Woodsman's frock pattern, because everybody wants one of these. This was the one that my husband said that if I sewed, he would want me to make them. Oh my god, and he'd probably wear it out in public just to embarrass the heck out of me. So I got 9 of them for $1 a piece, and I'll definitely make more than that. One of the ones that I have in this stack actually just sold recently for 20. So I'm gonna put them all up by themselves right now for $9.99 a piece, except that other one that sold for 20. I'll probably start that at 20. I'll put all those up individually, see what happens in the next few weeks before Halloween, and whatever hasn't sold, then I'll probably just lot together. So anyway, I got the Caped Woodsman frock, which is new. The full front breeches, that's a look. That's also new. This was the one that sold for $20. Some fancy schmancy men's military civilian coat pattern done by Peggy of Williamsburg. That one's new. And the rest of them are used, but they're complete because I took everything out and laid everything out on the floor and took pictures of them that way and made sure everything was in there. But these are military overalls. A regimental coat, more breeches, French fly breeches. I almost said French fry. Good, Heather. Let's see, man's frock coat, century waistcoat, and whoops, what's going on with the lighting here? Short gown. There we go. Petticoat, pinner, and chemise. So I got all of those. I brought them all home. And the interesting thing that happened with them was, as I was buying them, the woman who owned the house, her and her husband were dealing with this woman who wanted to buy all their Barbies. They had like, I don't know, 50 Barbies or something in the box. They were busy with her. I went up to this woman's mother, who's probably in her, I don't know, 70s, 80s, sitting at the end of the driveway. She was taking all the money. So I put all the patterns in front of her and I said, here, I'll take these. She goes, oh, do you sew? I go, no. And she never asked me anything else. Then she started to tell me about her daughter and how her daughter sews colonial clothing, which, you know, duh, I assumed somebody did since she had all these patterns. And that they were having a yard sale because they were moving to Williamsburg because her daughter got a job down there. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, she must be really into this stuff. So I come home and I'm taking all the patterns out to make sure everything is the way it should be. And I see these 3 envelopes. And they're labeled 1, 2, and 3. And they were all in one of the pattern envelopes. So I thought to myself, you know, I don't sew. I just assumed, because they were sealed and everything, like, oh, these must be really small pieces from the patterns, and she put them in these envelopes so that she wouldn't lose anything. Boy, was I wrong. This has to be one of the more interesting things that I've found in some of my yard sale purchases in the past few years. I opened these up and it turned out that they were very detailed, sometimes explicit, love letters that this woman wrote to some guy that she was having an affair with. Apparently she was married, or she still is married because her husband was at the sale. This guy was married also, and it sounded like he had even more women on the side besides his wife and this girl. And she just goes on and on and on and on about their relationship and how much she loves him and how much she misses him, and she understands why he had to dump her because she was turning into a crazy person. It's just really nuts. Oh, my husband read one of them and he starts laughing. He goes, man, he goes, no wonder he broke up with her. He goes, this chick is crazy. She's like 10 minutes away from boiling a rabbit. So then my son, who had just walked in from school, who's almost 18, we're telling him about him, and he goes, well, are you going to take him back to her? I go, no, I'm not going to take him back to her. I said, what if I went back there and with my luck, the husband would answer the door? I said, she hid them for a reason. So she wrote all these, never sent them to him, never intended on sending them to him, because it says that in the letter. She was just writing them for, I don't know, therapy or out of boredom. I have no idea. But, wow. So, I guess she figured her husband would never look in sewing patterns. But then they're also numbered like 23, 21, and 22. So I don't know if there's like more letters out there that she hid in her other stuff or what. So anyway, I wanted to ask you guys who do go picking and do go yard sailing, what is the most interesting thing that you guys have found in your travels? Money. I mean, I found money before. I found a gift card when I got home and opened something up. But this has to top everything so far. So let me know what you guys have found. And no, I'm not going to read these, but she starts out every letter. And if I were a guy, this would turn me off right here. My darling William, my love. I told my husband, I'm like, if I ever wrote you something like that, you would just fall on the floor laughing. Ay, ay, ay. So that's it for me, guys. Have a great week. I got a rummage sale tomorrow and a couple town-wide sales, so hopefully I'll do okay. Today I went to one and it was absolutely horrible. So have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.